views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
This show's audio was via a Skype call.
Are you ready? The Kornelia Stephanie Show. Wake up to love, your call to action. Join Kornelia as she empowers others to live heaven on earth. Kornelia teaches listeners how to be the authority over yourself, embracing your inner guru. Feel yourself uplifted into limitless expansion, integrating ease and grace in a changing world. This show will cover topics such as unconditional love, your physical body, how to be in extraordinary relationships, create financial and emotional wealth, embracing entrepreneurship in the new earth.
Hello and welcome, everybody. You are listening live to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, Living Heaven on Earth. I am Charlene Hess, your co-host, and I'm so excited to be here in this final segment of interviewing Kornelia as we're sharing her amazing life story. In the last few Fridays, Kornelia, we've talked about your incredible journey. For those of you that have not been able to listen to the last few shows, you can go to it at korneliastephanie.com under the media tab and click on radio. And you know, Kornelia, you have transcended hell on earth with all that you've had to overcome, from being a drug addict, being sexually abused, to being a victim and wanting to commit suicide. You've transcended the consciousness of a victim and society, becoming your own authority, creating heaven on earth for yourself, and for the course, created a course for the collective. You've overcome so much, and I would love to, if I can, before we get started, just go through and read your bio again, because it's so incredible. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to be here with you.
Me too. Thank you,
and
Charlene.
so, you know, you're living heaven on earth today, and I see it. I see you doing it. And your mission of empowering all into their authentic expression and sovereignty. You first had to become accomplished within you. By inspiring self-healing, self-love, self-empowerment, we experience peace in our bodies, peace on earth from the inside out. And I'm living proof of that in my own life as I've gone through and worked with you and have taken all of your courses. By your example, you are a way shower of authentic in your sovereignty and in your own inner authority. You have developed a universal wholeness life coaching program, which I also am certified through. If you things that we do in life, becoming whole is really an amazing and necessary piece. To be here with you, I'm so excited to co-host with you, and welcome to the Kornelia Stephanie Show.
Thank you so much, Charlene. Thank you so much for the introduction, for holding the space for me to be able to share my story, and for taking this journey with me at this time in our evolution on this planet. And so, you know, we shared my story, but we've also done interviews with you where we talked about your life story and the things that we've had to overcome to move into our empowerment and transcend that victim consciousness. And part of what we're here to talk about today is what is it like living from an empowered state, and what happens after we transcend the victim in us. Because the truth is, we're already whole already. We're only releasing those fragmented parts of ourselves where we've given our power away. We're releasing those parts of ourselves, and we're letting go of all the disharmonious energies that we've suppressed within our physical bodies, so that we can move back into our true and rightful place, which is already being whole. All the places where we have felt fragmented are now coming back into wholeness. And so the beautiful thing about where you are today, Charlene, and where I am, and where many people that benefit from working with us are, is they are able to learn how to navigate um, these energies, these times, by releasing some of the painful parts of our past and coming back into the truth of who we are. So, but before we go into this talk today, and I'm so excited to be here with you right now and with the listeners and everybody that's here. But I have a surprise for you, Charlene.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for you, and I'm so excited by sharing it. You know, it's kind of like you just can't wait to tell. And so I don't want to wait till the end of the show to tell you. So we're going to start at the beginning. And
Okay.
so what the excitement is that I was just recently interviewed by a production company called Girl Warrior Productions. And what Girl Warrior Productions is, it's an organization that is about women's empowerment and it's about girl warriors. And they support the evolution of women in leadership who are making huge changes in the world today, that are taking stands for peace, that are about empowerment and about leadership and about inspiration and about courage and about bravery. And so I was recently interviewed with them, and they did a wonderful write-up about me, and it just featured today. And I haven't even shared it yet on my social media because this just came out today.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to putting this later on my social media and sharing it on Facebook and in other places as well. But I want to, my surprise to you is that I'm going to be nominating you, Charlene Hess, as the next girl warrior to be interviewed for Girl Warrior Productions.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and that's because of, I know of where you are in your journey today, and I know that you are absolutely a girl warrior, and they would be thrilled to have you as part of their girl warrior features. And so Bonnie King is the founder and producer of Girl Warrior Productions, and I will be putting her in contact with you. And so I'm so honored to do this with you, because just like I invited you to be part of this show and experience your own segment on this show, which we're also making an announcement today, you being one of the official sponsors of the Cornelia Stephanie Show. And you're going to be telling our audience here just shortly about what it is that you're going to be doing for the next 6 months so that they can tune into the segment that you're bringing, which I'm so excited about, because everything is about the empowerment and you being the authority. And one of the gifts that I bring is assisting people to move into their authority, because that's what I've done for myself. Assisting people to move into their sovereignty, because that's what I've done for myself. And that's what I've done with you. And, you know, I think the other beautiful piece that we're modeling and that I'm showing here with this co-creation together is that there's no competition between us. There is only, because this is a huge piece that women really need to get out there in the world, that there's no competition. There's only seeing each other thrive and supporting each other to thrive. That is the new foundation for our new earth, right? And I'm so honored about that, because everybody that is going to benefit from working with you, from working with me, from moving into their own evolution, their own empowerment, is going to benefit the earth. And both you and I are lovers of Mother Nature. And so that's part of our mission. So it's my honor and my pleasure to nominate you to Bonnie King for Girl Warrior Productions. And I look forward to seeing what's going to be the result of that.
Yes! Oh my God, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can just feel the energy of where that can go. And I love the idea. I love the concept of girl warrior. I'm so excited. I can't wait to learn more about that. And I can't wait to hear your interview on it because you are a girl warrior, a woman warrior, a warrior goddess. And I have absolutely loved being friends with you and being coached by you and being mentored by you. It has been such an amazing experience. One of the biggest things that you've taught me, Cornelia, is about how to be the authority in my own life. And that was such a strange concept to me for so many years. And that's like, I've finally come to the place where I am owning it. I am owning that I am the authority in my own life. And years ago, you could have said that to me and I would have been shy or nervous and said, I don't know about that, or that wouldn't be right for me. But just listening to you share that, I'm going, hell yeah, sign me up. I'm on. So
Yes.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. We
You're
are
welcome.
going to be getting ready to take a short break. And when we come back, I want you to share with the listeners more about your story, about how did you become the authority in your own life? How did you even create and discover that process? And how is it that you teach others to do exactly that? Is just absolutely amazing. So we've just got a brief moment before our break. If there's anything last that you want to say before we sign off into our first commercial.
Charlene, why don't you tell the listeners of your new upcoming show here on the Living Heaven on Earth series and what that's going to be about, because that's what's coming up next. And then we can go to break.
Okay. So my show that I'm coming up is going to be a 6-segment show. We're going to do 6 shows on the third Friday of every month. And the show is called Discover Your Calling. And so we're going to be talking about the self-discovery process that I take my clients through, that I coach them through, and to discover what their calling is. And in the end, there's a really big secret that we're going to discover isn't such a big secret after all. But it's about a process of taking a really deep look at yourself, connecting on yourself on every level, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, to become so connected with yourself that you become unstoppable at stepping into your calling and living your highest truth. And so that's going to be airing the third Friday of every month, and it starts next week.
And because that's exactly what you've done, and now you're giving that gift back to the world, and what a blessing that is. Thank you so much.
Yes, amen. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and you are listening live to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, Living Heaven on Earth. And today, Kornelia is doing a free giveaway that if you message her at radio@korneliastephanie.com, she's going to be giving away her free 21-day miracle course. It is absolutely amazing. It is also in her book, Peace, the Flip Side to Anger, but you email her at radio@korneliastephanie.com and she will be sending you that 21-day miracle course. Welcome back, Kornelia.
Thank you so much. And before we went to break, Charlene, we were talking about how your show is going to be launching next week. And one of the things that we didn't do is we didn't tell the listeners on where to get your media logins, Facebook and your website. So let's do that.
Yes. So my website is charlenehess.com, and that's Charlene with 2 E's together, CHARLEEN. Hess.com. And my Facebook page is also, if you just go to my Facebook, Charlene Hess, You Are Your Calling, you'll be able to find me there.
And you know what I love about you, Charlene, recently is, when I invited you to become a sponsor and a guest host of this show, and to support your evolution and put this information out, and you're now creating this series. You've been really stepping up your game. You've really been elevating your game and been making more videos and putting yourself out there more, so people will really be able to follow your journey as you're unleashing your own creative genius and helping other people in the process. So again, job well done. And I'm so excited to have you part
Thank
of the
you.
Living Heaven on Earth series. Yeah.
Thank
And so I
you.
want to
Thank you.
acknowledge one of my other sponsors, which is also another co-host, which is Tom Lambrazo. And Tom Lambrazo comes on the first Friday of every month. And Tom is showing us through his series, Seeing the World Through the Eyes of an Angel. And he has an amazing following on Facebook at whenangelstouch.com. And you can also email Tom and check out his website at whenangelstouch.com. And be sure to turn in to the first Friday of every month. Two other sponsors I want to mention: Dieter Ernst, an amazing inventor of the first flying car, and
Mm-hmm.
Robert Skeel at robertskeel.com, loving life at any age. And so
Mm.
thank you so much to all the sponsors of the Cornelia Stephanie Show, Living Heaven on Earth. And we're talking today about transcending the victim consciousness, about being comfortable in living in the unknown. You and I were talking about this on break,
Mm-hmm.
Charlene. So what are
Mm-hmm.
you
Yes.
feeling like
Taking
right
this,
now, right?
you, taking this leap, saying yes. When you say yes to your life, when you say yes to yourself, when you have this calling that's coming up in you, and the calling is so loud that you have to answer and say yes. It's like, okay, well, yeah, you've got the calling, but then there's the now what? Okay, how do I get from this idea and this passion to this place of being able to see it realized? And that's a very unfamiliar process, because it's like I told somebody the other day, I feel like I am a caterpillar in a cocoon. And we know we've heard this metaphor a lot of times, but it's like I'm caterpillar inside a cocoon, and I've never been a butterfly. I don't know what it feels like to be a butterfly. I know that I've seen butterflies, but only in pictures, never in real life. And so here I am asking myself to step out and to become this butterfly. And all I know is being a caterpillar. And so learning how to be comfortable in that place, to be comfortable in the unknown, is absolutely incredible.
It is, because like right now, and that's part of transcending that victim consciousness, because it's more comfortable to stay a victim to the comfort of what we used to stay in when we didn't elevate our game, and when we didn't step out, and when we didn't take full responsibility for our emotions, and when we didn't take full responsibility for our life, and when we didn't
Mm-hmm.
quiet the mind through meditation or our daily spiritual practice, when we didn't know how to really do it, and when we would let the ego trip us or control us and bring us back into fear, instead of transcending that energy, knowing that it's all energy, and how do we work with the energy and getting comfortable in the unknown. Because before, we used to make choices based on our habitual programming and our habitual responses
Mm-hmm.
from our third dimensional constructs of the subconscious
Right.
mind. Everything was done based on a program, and everything was done based on habits and our conditioning. And now, by letting go so much, basically we're stripped down and we're naked. And now we're naked and we're vulnerable and we're open and we're raw and we're powerful and we're worthy and we're love. And to now still operate at the same way isn't going to work anymore.
Right.
So we have to realize that that fear is going to come up whenever we elevate our game. That fear is going to come up
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to be, that's kind of normal. So we need to realize, oh, okay, I've just taken a
Right.
big leap. Oh, okay, I'm doing this or whatever it is, and now I'm really going to be asked to make my game even tighter, to be even more dedicated, to be even more committed to the spiritual evolution, to creating the life that you were meant to live. When you were talking
Mm-hmm.
about the caterpillar, what was popping up in my mind, that's a perfect metaphor, because I feel like that too. And at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
um, I want to, the metaphor came up for me is that, um, we have been living on this prison planet in prison, and we're now becoming free. and living as
Mm-hmm.
free beings in our sovereignty, living free to make our own choices, living free to make choices from our own empowerment, from our own authority, right? And so, and then the image that came across is the elephant that has been chained to the chain for so long, and those chains have now been let loose. And yet,
Mm-hmm.
but the elephant doesn't move because it doesn't
Right.
even realize it's free.
Right. Right. Absolutely. What a powerful image. And we need way showers like you to show us now that we have unleashed the chains, that now that we are no longer bound. How do we do it? How do we take that first step? How do we walk away from the shackles that we were in? And that's what your work is about. Tell
It
us
is.
more about how you became your own authority and what it means to not be in the victim consciousness.
You know, we need the basic tools, and the basic tools that I teach are the emotional freedom techniques. It's really all about the emotional freedom techniques, knowing what it is that we're reacting to when we're triggered emotionally, which is a huge piece. Knowing how to do that, and knowing how to change your
Mm.
limiting beliefs, knowing how what voices you're listening to inside your head. Is it your ego? Is it your soul that's talking to you? So those are going back to the basics with Cornelia, but I also offer so much free content on my website for people that are just beginning the emotional processing, the emotional journey. Because if you're still feeling severely in your pain body, in your emotions, that the thing is, while that is a very challenging time to be in, and because part of that is so painful, being in your emotions is so painful, but both Charlene and I can tell you from the place that where we sit today that we don't have that kind of pain anymore, that we don't
Right.
suffer that kind of pain anymore, because that really has been transcended. That energy is no
Mm-hmm.
longer playing parts in our movie, because it has been released, transcended, left free, and let go through the emotional core work, which is foundational. It's absolutely foundational to have this work. So I want you to go to corneliastephanie.com, and I want you to look at on the bottom page, there's a little box that says new to Cornelia's work, and there's all kinds of free content there about emotional processing.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional
Yes.
processing technique. And so what is emotional processing? Emotional processing is that, an event occurs, something happens, and you get triggered. And instead of reacting to the trigger, you now sit and you become your own authority in what is this situation about? What is this showing me? What is this relationship about? Why does this habit and this pattern keep happening to me over and over and over again? What is this about? And so emotional processing is about processing your emotions and learning how to do that from your own authority. Sitting with
That's
yourself.
wonderful.
Yeah, go ahead.
The part about becoming your own authority is the thing that it makes me think about is your membership site, and when you began the what is process, where what is, and then you can fill in the blank. What is love? What is happiness? What is peace? Is anything in the world that we look to other people, we like want to find, what does this mean? And we go and try to find those answers outside. And the process that you take people through is to realize that we're the ones who get to define our lives. And so what is really whatever we think it is. And so in your membership portal, when you did your whole What Is series, that was absolutely incredible. Can you talk a little bit about your membership portal before we go on break?
Yes, go to CorneliaStephanieVIP.com and sign up for the monthly membership. portal, which is $13 a month. That's less than 50 cents a day, and it's $144 a year. And these are daily messages that are inviting you to go in every single morning before you head out on your day to discover what your own authority is, what the own meaning is of what faith is, and strengthen your faith bubble, and strengthen your love bubble, and strengthen your peace bubble, but according to what it means to you. Because what my work is all about, every single thing is about guiding you into your sovereignty, into your authority. I'm invested in that because I want people that are empowered, that know what love means to them, what faith means to them, what trust means to them, what security means to them, not because they're going to look to an outsider to have an outsider tell them what it is, or the outside inspiration that's temporarily. I mean, we all need inspiration, which is true, but to be your own inspiration and discover what it is that is meaningful to you through your own inner experience. And it takes only 5 to 8 minutes per day to develop your own spiritual practice and bring that peace vibration into your moment of existence, the moment you begin your day every single day.
And I have to tell you, it's absolutely wonderful to start your day on purpose, to start your day consciously. And not only do you get the message of the day in this portal, you also get access to every single message that's ever been done for the last 3 years. So it's really, really amazing. And so we're going to go on and take a really quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about that you wake up every day in heaven. And I want you to explain what that means to the listeners when we come back. So thank you so much for listening. You're listening live to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, Living Heaven on Earth. We'll be right back.
Ooh.
Welcome back, listeners. You are listening live to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, Living Heaven on Earth. And before we left for break, we were talking about living heaven on earth, literally. Every day that Kornelia wakes up, she wakes up in heaven. And today, our free giveaway is a 21-day miracle course that you can get by contacting her at radio@KorneliaStephanie.com. And by doing this 21-day miracle course, you too can wake up in heaven every day. Kornelia, can you tell us what you mean by that? You wake up in heaven.
Well, part of waking up in heaven is I am in heaven, because heaven is, from my own authority, is a state of consciousness that has been achieved, embodied, and living it through my daily life. That's how I live my daily life. I live my daily life fully conscious, fully present, fully aware of my own authority. And after having transcended the hell on earth, war on earth, anger, and all of the stuff that goes with the old victim consciousness, all the core wounds, that what's left is there is no separation from source. There is no separation. And so living heaven on earth is being fully unified within myself. There is no separation. And I am at one with the consciousness of heaven. So part of the consciousness of source, I am at one with that. And this is not something, this is part of what everybody's journey is, to unify themselves within and heal the separation issues that we've all felt, separate from source, separate from heaven, separate from ourselves. And that's part of bringing divine love into our daily experiences, our daily life, by releasing the old world, the old human, out of our physical body so that we can vibrate and live heaven on earth, peace on earth for the first time. That's why I wrote this book. Peace, the flip side to anger, how I healed my life and my emotions with my body, and how you can too. And this book, you can get it on Amazon. It's an incredible book. It's got everything in there about emotions and beliefs. It's got the 21-day peace practice, which I also have for a course, an e-course available, that if people want to start their day out with practicing peace every day, and they want this e-course, they can email me at radio@korneliastephanie.com for that e-course, or they can email me for the miracle course, or they can go to korneliastephanievip.com and sign up for the daily messages that I record every morning and how I start my day. Because one of my communications with Source was because I wrote this book because Source wanted me to write it, because this was a direct communication, me being in my own authority, asking Source, asking God, asking the highest level of consciousness within my being, what is it that you want me to contribute? What is it that you want me to do? And this book was born in 2014 because of that investigation and that dialogue. And then once that book became published, which people can get on Amazon, after the book was published, I said, now what? Now what do you want? And then it was help people with daily inspirational messages so that they can have powerful thoughts every day to raise their vibration. And so since that time, that was 3 years ago, I've been writing daily messages from Source every morning. And that's how I start my day. I set the tone for the day. And I have a global tribe, a global membership where people from all over the world are there in this tribe, because we all need a tribe. We need a place to communicate with each other, to feel safe with each other, to love with each other, in a place where, there's so much change going on the planet, and a place where we can discover living heaven on earth, one heart at a time. And so this is something that has already been anchored in, and it's already available. And in my relationship portal with daily messages from Source, people can discover what heaven is, what faith is, what love is, what divine love is, what the power of emotion is, what empowerment is. And these are all themes and experiences that I have created that invite people through. And you can go to KorneliaStephanieVIP.com, and the membership is for 1 year, it's $144. 5 days a week, you get messages that you can listen to. And there's actually 7 messages right now available for you to test and try for free. And also go to KorneliaStephanie.com and look at all the emotional content that's there for free. So lots of good stuff. Living Heaven on Earth is here.
Absolutely. And I want to go back to your book, Kornelia. In your book, you have so much information about what it means to live in wholeness. As you have used your anger to heal you, as you've been able to tap into that emotional processing to this place that where you can be in peace and to where you can have the experience of living heaven on earth. And I'm sure there's listeners here going, yeah, that works great for you, but how do you actually do that? And I just want to encourage the listeners to trust that the process is very real, that you really are your own authority. And that may seem really scary, especially if you're feeling like you're in chaos, but that's really the point of what Kornelia's entire work is about. And so going to her website, downloading all of the free PDFs on emotional processing, on anger management, all of them are amazing tools that you can have. And if you want somebody to guide you, if you need a helping hand, if doing the work on your own, it feels too overwhelming, that's fine, because Kornelia is available for coaching. I'm available for coaching. You can contact either of us to be able to help walk you through that process. And in the book, Kornelia, you also have so much information about what the core wounds are and how to heal the core wounds. And you also offer this in your wholeness practitioner course. And so I am really excited, as we were talking earlier, about you're finally in this place, you're getting ready to launch an invitation for people to be able to become a wholeness practitioner. And so we're going to be going on a short break here. And when we come back, we're going to talk about if you would just share with us, what does it mean to become a wholeness practitioner? How does that work? And what is available for people? And I just want to encourage people before they even get started to just really take some time to look at Kornelia's website, to go in and, like I said, download all of the information, buy her book on Amazon, The Flip Side to Anger, and begin this amazing journey, because living heaven on earth is a possibility. I remember when I first heard Kornelia say that, I just thought, first of all, I thought it was a little bit blasphemous from my religious background. It's like, what do you mean heaven on earth? No, we're supposed to wait to go to heaven after we die, after Jesus comes. That's when we get to go to heaven. And so it was hard for me to wrap my mind around that at first. And now, many years later, I get it. I get what it means to live heaven on earth.
I love what you just said, because this whole topic is a whole show. There's so much to say, and we're gonna keep having shows and talking about this. And this is a wonderful way to share our experiences and educate people and engage with people, offer our services for inspiration, for help, about empowerment and leadership and what it looks like, so we can be the way showers. And I'm so grateful to Transformation Talk Radio and their amazing team that they have, that are supporting us in the background, so we can be here with you today. And we've got all the technical things set up and handled behind the scenes, and here we are, and we can bring you all these amazing tools for transformation. So, again, about heaven on earth in the old way, and still what's happening today, people will die, leave their physical body, and go to heaven. And that is absolutely one way of going to heaven. And also, in another way of going to heaven, is there's so many little mini deaths that we're constantly dying by emotional processing, and by letting go and letting go and letting go, and learning how to surrender and letting go. We're dying so many deaths all the time, letting go of relationships that are toxic, letting go of work that it has outlived its time in our existence, letting go of things so that we can move more into our rightful place and bring heaven on earth, because that's part of the evolution. Heaven on earth, peace on earth is what the call is. And that's the invitation for all of us that are ready to tap into their infinite power within, their infinite source within, and be the peace bringer, be the bringer of the heaven, of the consciousness that you live with inside your being through your own daily practice.
So beautiful. Dying daily deaths and going to heaven every moment, every time. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about what it means to be a wholeness practitioner. So thank you so much for listening in today. You're listening to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, Living Heaven on Earth. Welcome back. You're listening to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, Living Heaven on Earth. And before we left for break, we were talking about becoming a wholeness practitioner, what that is and what that looks like. And I actually personally have gone practitioner. I did this many years ago. Kornelia, I took your programming process, and it was absolutely amazing. It was a 3-day weekend experience of going through and looking at all of the different aspects of doing the work, of being able to understand what does it mean to be your own authority, and what does it mean to process and heal your emotions, and how to go through and physically actually do that. And I'm so excited that you're announcing that you're going to be offering the course again. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I wouldn't be where I'm at today had I not gone through that process, and then later becoming certified as a life coach through the similar work. And so can you tell us more about that, about your enrollment is open?
Yes, thank you so much, Charlene. And I would love for you to come and be an auditor when this process begins. And so, for the people that are not joining us live on Facebook, that are just listening, uh, I'm going to be doing some reading. And so, bear with me because I added some new classes on into this program, and I want to be sure to tell you about it. And so, but you can find out more about this program at going to corneliastephanie.com, become a wholeness practitioner. And you can look under that under the Evolve tab. So go to corneliastephanie.com and go under Evolve. And part of what's so powerful about this program is that I'm separating it into two ways. To become a wholeness practitioner, these tools you're going to be able to use for how to navigate and become emotionally wealthy, emotionally healthy in your own life, and how to work with the process of limiting beliefs, and how to raise your own vibration, become your own authority in this 3-day retreat. But I've also added on 6 online classes that I'm going to tell you about right now. What's so powerful about this is you're going to be able to use this to help your friends, to be able to help your community, to help your family, just by being a wholeness practitioner yourself. You won't even necessarily have to teach anything. You can just be yourself by using this work yourself, and then that work will ripple out and it will change your environment, because that's really where it starts. It starts in our environment. So that's going to be one part of it. And then the other part that's going to be available after the retreat, if people want to become coaches and they want to do this and make a living at doing this, and make a really good living at doing this, and empower other people, then there's going to be a certification where they're going to be able to work with me on becoming professional coaches and to establish their own wholeness coaching program as well. But I divided it up into two ways. And so beginning online is going to start with 6 classes, and the classes are back to basics on your wholeness journey, complete with a 3-day certification retreat. And so, how to apply spiritual power, your spiritual power, and become the most empowered, healthy person that you know, how to live your life healthy, abundant in body, mind, and soul. These are all vital issues. The power of the spoken word, the power of emotion, and the power of belief all emit a vibration and frequency. Everything is vibration. We're here to raise our vibration and emit powerful frequencies of love and harmony. So back to the basics with Cornelia Stephanie. It all begins with your physical body, the regeneration of your physical body. So class 1 is going to be about the power of the spoken word. In the beginning was the word, and we're going to be really conscious about the words that we use in our vocabulary every single day, by the way that we communicate with ourselves, and by the way we communicate with the people that we're in relationship with, and by the way that we communicate with the universe. And so, like, for instance, instead of saying, I struggle with, I'm going to invite you not to struggle, and I'm going to invite you to eliminate the word struggle out of your vocabulary, because why would you want to struggle? Because that's just becoming conscious of, that's a habitual. Because when you're conscious, then all of a sudden you can make a new choice and say, oh, I'm not going to struggle. I'm going to do this from an empowered perspective, and I'm going to elevate my perspective, and I'm going to change my reality. So just something like that. Or for instance, another word would be guilt. Guilt is something that was a religious program that was conditioned into us, and becoming aware of, I don't do guilt as part of your new vocabulary. So that's just one, the power of the spoken word. Class 2 has to do with the power of emotions to heal the body. Healing core wounds by using our emotions as a clearing tool is simple and powerful technique. We're going to learn that there. Class 3, radical self-healing, the power of emotion and anger to release suppressed feelings and emotions. Class 4 is about the power to change limiting beliefs. What do you believe? Class 5 is about the power of working with your shadow, which is really, really huge, because right now we're walking intimately with our shadow and we're also walking in our divinity at the same time. And so how to do that. And class 6 is healing your relationship with money, which is a huge piece, because your a low self-worth translates into net worth. And so we really need to be able to come from a high self-worth and translate that into our net worth, into the new empowered human. So then that's going to all, and then after those 6 classes, we're going to take 2-week break, and then we're going to finish it off with a 3-day retreat. And so the classes are going to begin Saturday, May 5th, and they're going to end Saturday, June 9th. With a 2-week break, and the certification retreat begins from June 29th, June 30th, and July 1st. And so there's all that information is listed on my website at korneliastephanie.com, become a practitioner. But step 1, what you need to do, if you want to reserve your spot, and if this sounds good to you, I kept this program so affordable for the early bird people that want a spot in this program. It's $2,200 for everything, for all the classes, for the 3-day retreat, for everything. And the classes are 90 minutes, every Saturday for 90 minutes. It's also going to be recorded. It's 30-minute Q&A and 1 minute of content and information and inspiration on how to perceive your realities in new ways. And I kept it affordable for everybody. But what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to sign up. First, they have to become a member at Kornelia Stephanie VIP and raise their daily vibration. Know what love is, know what faith is through their own experience, know what trust is, know what the power of emotion is. And that's part of the daily messages that you'll receive. And the second thing that they need to do is send me an email at radio@korneliastephanie.com so that I can send you an online form so that I can discover, and you and I can have a dialogue to see if you're really ready for this program, and if you and I would be a good match to work together, because really that's what I want. It's been a pleasure to offer this to you today. I know that we're running out of time. Charlene, do you want to close this up?
Yes. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Kornelia, I'm so excited about your enrollment course. Are you going to be talking about it more on your other shows so that every week, those of us that missed all the details, where can we find all the details about this?
KorneliaStephanie.com, become a practitioner under the Evolve tab, or email me at radio@KorneliaStephanie.com. And you can also have a free consultation with me at any time. Make an appointment, 15-minute consultation. Give me a call.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You've been listening to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, Living Heaven on Earth. Have an amazing day.
Thank you, Charlene.
You've been listening to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, Wake Up to Love, your call to action. Tune in each week on Transformation Talk Radio. Kornelia's joy is to engage others in practical ways, showing us how to live in the new earth in harmony with our true nature. For more information on Kornelia and her extraordinary work, or to listen to past shows, go to her website at korneliastephanie.com.